A good place to start is part one of the Hugelkultur video, where Kathy describes the many benefits of why we do what we do. And if you're not sold already, or maybe you're ready to get started with the specifics, we're going to get into the weeds, so to speak, and learn how all this comes together. Let's begin. When you have beds this size, it's important to know your plan. So you want to lay out your pieces with the grand plan in mind. Starting with, do you know where each bed's going to go? Notice the mound of dirt to the right. I dug a space for a retaining wall, and I'm planning to use that dirt shortly. All of this dirt and debris will be heavy, so before filling it in with all this hugelkultur, complete your bed. Then square and level the beds you're about to fill in relationship to your grand plan. As mentioned previously, these raised beds take a lot of dirt to fill. Each bed is 4 feet by 16 feet long by 2 feet deep, meaning that over 4.5 cubic yards each. Currently, the cost to fill each one, if we had to purchase it, would be $50 per cubic yard, so over $200 per bed. Our current plan calls for 16 of these 4 by 16 beds and some other smaller ones. So really, hugelkultur is a no-brainer for all the benefits that Kathy mentioned a moment ago. But let's finish up first with the layout. Part of your grand plan may include some power or water. This picture shows the timer for the drip system. Not shown yet is the water supply for the hose bibs we're installing at specific beds. With the help of our electrician friend, thanks Dave, we had some electrical plugs, hose bibs, and separate lines for our drip system. Part of our plan needed power for a cloche to protect our fragile winter plants like some lettuces. We had light bulbs inside, and that amount of heat was enough to keep those fragile plants cared for. The point is, if you're able to plan ahead and run electrical and water out to your beds, now is the time to do that before you fill them with your hugelkultur and any other items. There are many benefits of running power to your garden. In this picture, we show that cloche covered bed that we utilize some small lights which generate enough heat for those fragile winter plants we spoke of. Our lights are on a motion sensor, so we achieve a level of security, and it allows us to work all night long, if we want to, during those long, warm summer evenings. Besides saving a lot of money filling each bed with soil, we love that we have a place to put our yard debris. These buckets have leaves, dead root balls, chicken coop straw, hay bale gardening left over from last season. We could get a burn pile going, but we prefer utilizing our yard debris in this way. So let's begin by laying out the larger pieces along the base of the bed, followed by smaller twigs, etc. We have occasionally reversed this order if we had material that needed weighing down, so placing the heavier material on top is okay too. It is going to compact, so don't be shy about building things a little bit high. Of course, the more you mulch, the faster it will break down. So if you can run your leaves through a mower or a yard chipper shredder, that would benefit the breakdown process. We have so many leaves on our 5 acres that we were not able to do that for everything. And just like a compost bin, a little green material, like tree prunings, is a great way to add nitrogen, microorganisms, as well as heat things as it all breaks down. And next, the dirt. If there was one picture that summed everything up as the right way to do things, this is a nice picture for cross-sectioning. At the very bottom shows the heavy logs, the heaviest things you have, followed by twigs and smaller green things if you have those, followed by the leaves, followed by straw, followed by dirt, and then followed by soil such as compost, a 4-way compost, perhaps some mixing and some manure up in there. Loading it up with all the dirt takes a lot of time. But don't forget to add any amendments that you might have, such as coffee grounds, which attracts the worms, which aerate the soil. Then they poop the fertilizer. And for fireplace or other wood ash, to add potassium, phosphorus. If you have cows or access to manure from a neighboring farm, they're often happy to get rid of it and may even deliver it for free. Loading it all can be a lot of work. A lot of work. But in the end, it is a great sense of satisfaction and peace and self-reliance, even abundance that you can share. Maybe share that with the next generation, the joy of gardening. This is why we do what we do. The look on Kathy's face lets you know that it's all worthwhile. To grow that bounty of your own food for yourself and family brings a kind of joy and self sufficiency that provides a level of peace sought by others, but not always found. And to share that knowledge with future generations who may also learn the satisfaction of themselves becoming more self sufficient.